Yo, what's up guys? It's Loki, it's Chris here. Your friendly Summers Warlord channel. Today we're going to be talking about setting goals and achieving your goals. So I'll be covering early game to late game. I won't be covering end game because I'm not there myself and I'm still working towards that area. So a lot of these goals I'll be talking about how to set them and how to achieve them. These are just my suggestions and from my experience on how I was able to progress and how I want to help you guys progress in your Summer Sword journey. I know there's a lot of other videos on progression, but hopefully if you haven't seen those and you're watching this video and you do watch this video later on, this will help you or give you some help. Okay, so let's begin. So talking about beginning to early game players and especially the free-to-play players. So let's say you're a beginner in the game, you're only gonna be you get like 3 monsters at the beginning, so you're going to be using those. Those are monsters you're going to be using. They're very useful when you're starting off to build your farmer. So let's say your first goal is building a farmer. So in the challenges, you're going to be looking at your first Summer's War way, and one of these I've already completed. You're going to be able to get a magic knight, a water magic knight to be exact. So that's gonna be your free 4-star monster that you'll be getting. That will be your farmer if you don't already pull one. So if you're not a free-to-play player, I suggest opening like 1 or 2 packs until you get a decent 4-star. Something like Lucian. If you're lucky enough to pull Lucian, most people aren't lucky enough to pull one. But if you are able to pull any AoE nuker, so your farmer, you want them to be as AoE nuker if possible. If you're a non-free-to-play player, beginner game player, and you want to use this, any AoE nuker skills that say throw a number of cards, inflict damage to all enemies. Whenever it says all enemies or anything that relates to all, that's the kind of unit you want to be using to be your farmer, because it's going to be much faster. If you're a free-to-play gamer, I suggest, as I said, there's going to be a mission that's going to allow you to farm to get a magic knight, which will help you as your farmer and complete the area in scenarios which is going to be the most beneficial to you. So as you're creating your farmer, right here, you're gonna have these missions. So these missions, you'll be able to, as you complete these, as you're building your farmer, you're gonna be completing these as well. So those 3 monsters that you get at the beginning, you're gonna be leveling them up a little bit and using them a little bit until you get your 4-star monster, and working that monster up to get to be a 6-star. So you want a 6-star. That's the end goal. How do you do that? How do you get monsters to feed? You're going to be using this to power up the monster. Not this one, but let me show you an example. So you have a unit like Bulldozer. He's not completed yet, but when he is completed, it's gonna show this. It's gonna be showing slots. So when it shows these 3 stars, you need a 3-star monster to evolve this one. So use your rainbow ones, save them. Don't just feed them to anyone. They're not gonna give you a lot of XP. They're for evolving, and that's once it says max. So what you want to do is try to get your farmer to 6 stars. Once you get him to 6 stars, as well, there's also a challenge to help your 6-star monster, your new formed 6-star monster, who's gonna be your 4-star magic knight, water magic knight, which is Lapis. Talking to the free-to-play gamers, and you want to reach a point where you can conquer normal on fame on hell, which you'll be getting these vampire and revenge runes. So if you don't have better runes already, but these runes, these are so good. It's gonna help her sustain and farm well. So, and then this is an EXP booster. This is gonna help you level up fodder and make your day much more easier. Using this is gonna help you to level up fodder after you've had a sustainable runs in Hellrun. So basically your goal is with your farmer, so once you achieve your farmer, have decent runes, is to follow through on normal and get to Fame on Volcano. So Lapis has elemental advantage over this place, so stay in path and just continuously level up fodder in this one right here. So you want to work your way hard. You can do hard if you can't do hell, but basically your end goal is to get to hell mode to farm the most potential EXP and at the fastest rate with your farmer and 3 units. So your fodder is gonna go right here, so 1 2 3 fodders, and then you're gonna have your farmer. So looking at what kind of, so I talked a little about those runes that they're going to be giving you. So about those runes, you're just going to be looking to put them in there. But let's go look at Lucian. So because he's my farmer. So yeah, you're going to be looking at these runes, and you're going to be looking at, so you want to be prioritizing 2, 4, and 6 runes. Those are the slots you want to be prioritizing. So if you didn't know already, this is slot 1, this is slot 2, this is slot 3, this is slot 4, slot 5, and slot 6. They're going to be giving you the runes, but if you already farming runes and you don't know where to place your higher level runes that you've gotten, you want attack percentage, so like this, exactly looking like this. I don't suggest crit damage yet, because at your level you're most likely not going to have the crit damage, the crit rate to support your crit damage, so it'd be a waste. You're not going to have enough crit rate to proc your crit damage, so you're not going to want to have a 20% crit rate and then 150 crit damage and then not proc the 150 damage, because it's not going to multiply your attack. So if you're beginning and you don't have the runes yet and you haven't completed the mission for the vampire runes, I suggest you go with attack percentages on all 3 of these. It should be decent enough to farm the lower levels until you're able to get your monster up there. So then after completing your farmer and getting the runes he needs, you're gonna want to be focusing on your GB10 runs. So after completing your goal of creating a farmer, your next goal that I suggest for you guys is creating a team for GB10. So for GB10, they give you everything you need in here. So all the free monsters you'll need for your goals are in here, so just look in all of these to look for the monster they give you. So every single monster they give you, use them. Focus on 6-starring them. They are going to be extremely useful. They're going to get you on your way to completing GB10 as fast as possible. So you have Konamiya, and you also have, and these layer you have, as well as, okay, it froze on me again. So yeah, side sync does that a lot. But yeah, they're gonna be giving you a lot of free monsters to use when you're completing those missions. So you want to make sure that you're completing those missions and getting those monsters. So one of those monsters is Shannon. She'll be a great support type for you guys, especially to land a glancing and attack debuff on the enemy, GB10. This will keep your team alive, especially when you're trying to complete your goal of completing GB10. So when we get in there, I can show you which missions. It should be the first missions of challenge number 4. And then as you're on your way, you're going to need to build a Bernard too. Bernard's a really helpful unit. You can use them later on too. Yeah, so those are basically some of the units you'll be getting. I'll cover more of the other units you'll want to need to complete GB10. But yeah, after you complete your farmer and then move on to your GB10, you're then on your way to setting goals for yourself in mid-game. So in mid-game gameplay, you're gonna want to have already completed GB10 consistently. So this is where the point where you're gonna be farming a decent amount of time to create your GB10 team. So this is relatively fast of a goals I'll be covering, because mid-game is just completing, from my standpoint, completing DB10 and as well as NB10. So you have two choices to complete: Necro B10 or Dragons B10. I'd suggest right after completing Dragons B10, Giants B10, complete Dragons B10. It's just going to be more beneficial to you because you're going to be getting some of the violent runes. You'll need to make Necropolis much more easier. So as you're doing these things and you're completing these, so after you're done and you've completed that goal, you're also going to want to finish your challenges. So by the time you're able to do dragons and those others, you want to be able to, you know, complete your daily missions that'll help you, especially if you're free to play. That's free mana, that's free 10 crystals every day once you complete everything, and free wings. Do your wings, set your defense really low. Let me show you this. This will help you on your Summer's War journey. So you want to, but like a really weak monster, don't set your defense like this, but a really weak monster like a 1-star, just so you can farm points at a lower level and so you can get the rewards that it gives you. Is there anything good in here? No, but this is a Shannon. You don't need to buy her. But you need skill ups for her. They do need skill ups. So yeah, if you do need skill ups, I don't suggest going here. I would just use the unknown scrolls, because unknown scrolls will help you much more. Like these, you'll be getting these unknown scrolls. You don't have to buy them from here. You'll be getting them a lot from scenarios, so you can pop those and hopefully get some fodder for your, skill ups for your units for completing and your progression in GB10 and DB10. So after you're done with mid game and achieving that goal, your goal for late game kind of varies. You can either go for R5 or you can go for faster Kairos dungeon runs. So that means improving your units, existing units, and Kairos dungeons. This is Kairos dungeons. You're going to make these ones as fast as possible when you're in your late game. That's one of the goals you can set for yourself as well, just to not overwhelm you and keep you on a specifics. You can work on, by the time you're reaching that level, you should have a monster that you like or something that's favorable, and I suggest making that a side priority. Oh, there's a guild war. A side priority. Let's say I had this Chilling as my unit and I just really like him. You can have one fun unit. I suggest one fun unit to work on, not for any specific purpose, but just for your enjoyment to build and play with. So while you're working on that, you can have a fun unit. Let's say my fun unit is Chilling, and just work on trying to make him better than he actually is. And while you're farming for the good runes, you're also looking at runes for your favorite monster. So your favorite monster could also be, you can also put that as your rep monster, because your rep monster is usually your shawl monster, and your favorite monster would usually be a monster that you'd probably have the best stats on them. But although you're going to be prioritizing your best stats on to make your runs more faster on your farming units and your dungeon units, you're going to be getting those runes as well as the runes for your favorite monsters or priority as a goal. Okay, so that's basically it for late game. Once you complete that and make your fast runs done, and you're able to complete R5, then you'll be on to end game, which is a whole another ballpark. I won't be able to talk with you about that, but once you reach late game, you can start trying to climb an arena. as well as improving your world boss scores. I haven't done mine yet, but you can work on your world boss score. And join a guild. Joining a guild is extremely helpful. Try to join a farming guild, so you can get these good stuff. So my recommendation for you beginner players, especially if you're getting a guild, always save for your most important thing is your rainbow mons, because this is basically gonna help you 6-star your monsters. So these are important. Your rainbow mons, they're once a week. Try to get them as much as possible. Ifrit summons, that should be your second priority after the rainbow mon. So you can get a good unit there. That's a free 5-star. Let's look in regular arena. So regular arena, glory points, as you're farming for glory points in the regular arena, every week you want to try your best to get the devil wand, because these are crucial. These are basically free $10 if you're free to play a gamer. These are your free $10. Every one of these are basically free $10 when you're playing the game. So do your best to get these. Don't worry about scrolls. You'll get them as you're farming the dungeons. So that's basically it. That's all I have for you guys for today. I'll probably do a Guild War video. Please comment, like, suggestions, anything else you want or need for help. It doesn't matter how intricate it is or how detailed. I could try to help you or look into your account if you need me to. Please send me a message. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching my setting and achieving goals. Stay tuned for next video, and I'll see you guys next time.